Well, the day has finally come. I finally get to take an overnight trip on my motorcycle, and it's going to be the perfect way to enjoy kind of the end of summer slash fall. The leaves are starting to turn colors, and I'm going to ride to Southern Illinois to a place called Fern Clyffe State Park, and I'm going to spend an entire day hiking and adventuring around there, and then I'm going to ride home Tuesday. It's currently Sunday about noon, and I'm getting ready to hit the road, and I'm only slightly nervous and really excited. With that being said, I'm going to go over what I got here. So, I'm on an 883 Sportster. It's 883 low, and I don't have a rack or anything like that. So, I've got my sleeping bag and a tarp for the dew. I'm going to put the tarp over me so that I don't wake up super wet. My pillow, and I have to have my pillow from my bed because I'm one of those people who I can't sleep very well without my pillow. That's what it is. Glasses, gloves. I got some zip ties and Allen wrenches in there and a set of clears. And of course, since I'm hiking, gotta have my walking stick. Oh yeah. If you're asking yourself, is that guy really... Does he zip tie a walking stick to the front fork of his motorcycle? Absolutely, yeah. I mean, because I got to take it with me. I don't have a choice but to take it with me. You can't get quality hiking done without a walking stick. My backpack includes clothes, a hat, deodorant, meds, the camera, batteries, filming supplies, a couple protein bars, let's see, a lantern, a flashlight, half a gallon of water in my thermos, hiking boots, my contact case and glasses. I mean, it's all jammed in there, surprisingly. I don't know how I did it, but it's all in there. And on me, I've got big knife and some utility plier, multi-tool, Gerber. It's a multi-tool. And I'm wearing a Carhartt thermal with a t-shirt, and I've got thermal long underwear on, and a regular pair of socks, and a pair of thermal socks, and just the good old-fashioned cowboy boots, because as far as like stopping and being as stable as I can with the bike and stuff like that when I'm standing, the cowboy boots are it. I just am way more confident and safe in the cowboy boots. So, alright, well, I'm gonna put both my jackets on and hit the road. Let's see, it's November 7th, and it is currently 62 degrees. The low tonight is 38. That won't be too bad. My sleeping bag is like super insulated and way overkill, and I always wake up sweaty in it. Where was I going with that? Anyway, it's 62 degrees right now. It's Sunday. Tomorrow the high is 70 down there at Fern Clyffe. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be perfect hiking weather. And then the following day the high is like 68, I think. So I gotta jump on this last opportunity to take a good trip on the bike this year. So I'm gonna get my jackets on and hit the road. I forgot to tell you guys, it's about a 3-hour drive down to Fern Clyffe State Park, and boy, what a beautiful day for it. Well, I made it. I think it's like 150 or 160 miles, or I can't remember. Maybe I don't know. It was a haul. I'm in Goreville at AC's gas station in Delhi, and I'm gonna eat some supper, and then it's just about half a mile down the road to the entrance to the state park after that. Well, I had a cheeseburger and bacon cheese fries, and oh my gosh, I'm stuffed. I also had a root beer and some Reese's. Okay, headed about a half a mile down the road to the park. Well, I'm in, and I don't really know where I'm supposed to go. So I guess I'm gonna go read some signs and then maybe I'll know where I'm supposed to be. So the signs and sheets of information on the board are just blacking hard in the information department. So I'm gonna walk down this trail. There's the bike. Here's the trailhead. Because according to all the maps that I have found on the internet, somewhere down this trail is where the primitive campsites are, or camping area. I'm skeptical, but I'm gonna go for a walk and see what I find. I was getting kind of worried, but I got on the bike and drove down this gravel road a ways and found the actual spot I was supposed to be. This is the parking area for the primitive camping. I was just in some random parking lot that was not where I was supposed to be, evidently. So I just got here. I don't know how much daylight I have left, but what I'm doing is walking around to all the campsites and seeing which one has some wood left over by the fire pit from previous campers so that I can get a fire going. This one is a really nice spot, but no wood there. So I'm gonna walk around and see if I can find one that's got a little bit of wood by the fire pit. Here I go. I hope the camera does it justice. But this is home for the night and tomorrow night. So this spot is carved into the side of the hill here a little bit, and it's far enough away from the parking lot to be kind of secluded, but also close enough that it's not a ridiculous walk back up to where the bike is parked. So I'm going to take my backpack and my sleeping bag down there and get a fire going, or try to get a fire going. I think I should be able to manage. It's so serene and quiet out here. It's almost creepy, but not creepy enough to make me want to like leave or anything. Oh, okay. I'm gonna undo this here and try to get settled into camp. I brought all the stuff down. You guys can't see anything because this camera sucks in the dark, but you can probably see that. Yeah, I just walked up here, started making a little pile of leaves and kindling, and got hot coals. So hopefully it's not too hard to get a fire going. Man, it is so quiet and still. I have a rinky-dink fire going, and while I've been tinkering on the fire slowly, well, not slowly, while I've been making a fire, I've also been making a kind of a pad to sleep on, and I made it out of leaves. So in this spot where I'm at, there's a picnic table. I don't know if you can see any of this right now, but in between the picnic table and the wall that is a retaining wall for like erosion to keep the campsite square. Anyway, in between the wall and the picnic table, I've made so that's the sleeping bag on top of the pile of leaves that I made, and I'm going to put that tarp over the sleeping bag to hopefully keep me from getting wet with dew in the morning. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to try it. You guys are going to like this one. Okay, so I've got my tarp here. I've got my tarp set up. I decided to bail on the picnic table. The picnic table ended up making me realize I would create a gutter in the middle of my tarp if the dew is heavy enough that water actually accumulates, and then I would have a gutter of water on top of me. So I used the wall, the retaining wall, and I found some chunks of rocks and blocks that were somebody's makeshift fire pit, and I used them to weigh down the tarp. And what I'm gonna do is I'll pull this one right over here. I'll fold this back like so, crawl into bed, because right there, that's my pillow. This is the opening of the sleeping bag. So I'll unzip it, I'll crawl inside there, and then once I'm in, I'll reach out and around, grab the corner of the tarp right there, and I'll put it way over here, and I'll grab my rock, and I'll, from the inside, I'll push the rock out a little bit, put tension on it. Look at that. I mean, it's basically a tent. It's literally just as good as a tent. I'm pretty stoked on it. The fire situation is moderately upsetting. I like a good fire. So this is pitiful by my standards, but it's a fire nonetheless. I'm going to sit by my sad fire and relax for a little while. It's not the most pitiful fire I've ever seen, but it's pretty close. I'm going to go walk around in the middle of the woods in the middle of the night and look for some sticks and stuff to burn. That's much more satisfying. Oh, I'm going to fall out of here. Can you even see me? I don't know if you can see me. So I walked around to all the surrounding campsites and gathered up a little bit of, oh gosh, there it is. I gathered up all the firewood that I could find. And it made this fire a lot more satisfying for me. One thing that's unfortunate about this time of year is it gets dark so early that I feel like I should be in bed, and it's like 7 o'clock. So I'm just gonna sit here and watch this fire for a couple hours. Oh, let me tell you, gathering firewood in the middle of the woods I've never been in, mind you, in the middle of the night, and by in the middle of the night, I mean just pitch black darkness, with my lantern, of course. It was pretty creepy. It's one of the creepiest things I've ever done, but it's not the creepiest thing I've ever done. I've had some times I was pretty freaked out. Granted, it takes a lot to scare me anyway, but it was a little bit odd. Just making sure that I didn't get off the beaten path too far, and I made sure to retrace my steps back to the main trail every time. I made little piles of wood on the main trail to kind of gather. I brought a pile back to camp, went back and got the next pile, brought a pile back to camp, went back and got the next pile. It's, I'm hoping it's enough to burn for another 2 hours so I can have something to watch till I go to bed. But I'll catch up with you guys at bedtime. Well, I slept like almost 10 hours. I woke up every now and then. At one point I woke up to what I'm guessing is a park ranger shining a flashlight over at my camp to see if someone was back here, because I'm guessing he saw my motorcycle parked up in the parking lot and was like, wonder where that person's at. But I woke up with just 2 small wet spots in the sleeping bag from the dew, because my tarp that I used is, it's I think it's the cheapest tarp that Harbor Freight has, and it's got holes in it. So there was a couple wet spots, but other than that, no complaints. Time to get my hiking boots on and head to breakfast. Well, I got myself registered, and I got my walking stick off of the bike. Got the registration slip there hanging on the front of the bike. Kind of weird. You register yourself here, so I don't know. I guess it's the honor system, or if they don't see that you're registered, they have your vehicle towed. I don't know, but I'm gonna try to find somewhere to fill my canteen up and then start walking to breakfast. It's about 2.5 miles to the local diner. Whew, here we go. Well, I made it. I'm in Goreville. I gotta walk to the other side of town to the diner. Oh my gosh, that was a hike. I didn't realize there'd be some pretty straight up and down rock climbing to get around a couple of the bluffs, but oh my gosh, it was amazing. I crossed a couple creeks, climbed a lot of hills, went down a lot of hills. That was a little sketchy, but I made it. Well, breakfast at Longhorn Cafe in Goreville was amazing. And I had 2 eggs over easy, sausage, biscuits and gravy, coffee, and a glass of chocolate milk. And a glass of water. So I'm gonna start my trek back. I'm excited about the walk back because on the way here it was almost entirely uphill, and I don't know the actual measurement, but from where I left camp to the cafe, I mean, it had to have been close to 4 miles of walking, and a lot of that was uphill. So the way back is a different trail that I'm excited to try, and freaking Ford Ranger. The trail that goes back is pretty much all downhill, and I think total back into the park is only going to be about 2 miles. So I'm pretty jacked. That is a clean STX, and it's a 5-speed. I like seeing those out and about. It's got a brush guard on it. Old timer driving it, probably bought it brand new. Okay, back to Fern Clyffe. I've made it to the trailhead where I go back into the park. The trail that I'm taking back in is called it's called the Goreville Boy Scout Trail, and one of the guys I ran into out here at one of the trailheads, he was putting up a new sign for one of the signs was all sun faded and stuff, and he said that this one is all downhill. So I was excited, but it says hiking difficulty difficult, steep. So here we go. It's not terribly steep. There was a section of it that was a little bit steep, but not too bad. Also, I'm just barely scratching the surface, so it may get like super steep up here, but oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. The sun is shining through the trees and the leaves are falling. Oh my gosh, it's just breathtakingly beautiful. My next stop is the waterfall. That is probably the thing I'm most excited to see here, but all of it is just beautiful. But the waterfall, the sign back there said a little over half a mile is how long the Boy Scout trail is, evidently. And at the end of it is the trailhead to the waterfall. And the maps and everything are very unclear on if the waterfall is like right there near the trailhead or if it's quite a hike. I don't know. I'm gonna find out. Well, I lied. I'm not headed straight to the waterfall. I'm headed to Hawks Cave. It says distance 1 mile, difficulty easy. And I think, if I remember right, on one of the Southern Illinois or Shawnee or hiking Facebook groups, I've seen some pictures of Hawks Cave, and I gotta see it. I want to see it for myself. So after Hawks Cave, then I'm headed to the waterfall. These are some big steps. Goodness. I mean, I guess I am only 5'4", but still, these steps are large. I wish the camera could do justice to the size of this bluff here. Wow. This is so rad. I guess I should have camped in here. I think they frown upon you camping inside here. Wow. This is one of the coolest things I've ever done. So, I would imagine that this has to be Hawks Cave. I don't see where there could be any other caves right here nearby. But I guess you never know. Could still be one. Okay. All right. I got it. Whew. Bit of a step for somebody with little legs. Watch your head. Wouldn't want to bonk your noggin on a mountain. Might give you a bit of a headache. You think that crack right there means that it could be unsafe? Nah, no, it's fine. I'm not picking up my pace because of that. Totally something different. Wow. One of the coolest things I've ever seen. One of the coolest things I've ever climbed inside, I should say. I don't even know if this is Hawks Cave. I mean, there's more bluff here. It goes on around. And Keeps going and going and going. You know, now that I think of it, that sign back there at the trailhead showed Hawks Cave being south of the curve. So wow. I wonder if this is it? I don't even care. I don't care if this is it. I don't care if that was it. This is amazing. Look at this. It's unfortunate that videography has only come so far, even in the modern age, because I just simply wish that you guys could understand the sheer size of this cave. It's just nearly mind-blowing for somebody like me from Central Illinois who's never really been anywhere. Echo! Echo! It echoes a little bit. Wow. I was standing at the trailhead thinking, oh man, I really want to see the waterfall. I don't want to risk taking the Hawks Cave Trail and wearing myself out before I can get to the waterfall. And then I decided, you know what? I'm going to tough it out, even if I do get kind of worn out on the Hawks Cave Trail. I'm going. You can tell people have walked back here. I'm going to put you guys in my pocket so that I can have both my hands available to navigate this little crevice here out to the other side. Turns out the crevice route back there against the back wall of the cave, and that was not where I was supposed to be. There's a very well-worn path out here at the front edge of the cave. The crevice that goes back into the cave would take a more stable hiker all the way back along that wall and up the face of the bluff there. Man, I just can't believe the sheer size of this cave. It's so cool. Can you guys tell how cool it is from where you're at? Oh, hey, that guy's doing what I'm doing. He's hiking. I'm gonna get out here a little ways. And because these Amazon cheapy GoPro batteries that I bought don't last worth a dang, I'm not gonna be able to film as much as I wanted to, but I'm gonna try to prioritize the really, really, really cool stuff. So that has to be Hawks Cave. It's twice the size of that first cave I came to. So, okay, you guys are going back in my pocket, and I'll see you at the waterfalls. Well, I made it to where there normally would be a waterfall. But as I prepared myself for, it is not flowing. I knew there was a good chance it wouldn't be, so I'm definitely going to have to come back in the spring and the camera's gonna die like any minute now. So if I get cut off mid-sentence, you know, that's what happened. But gosh, just super cool. I talked to a gal that was taking some pictures. She said that she does photography for a living and for fun. And she said that during the spring, whenever the water's flowing, sometimes it can just be gushing, just absolutely pouring down off of here. And she said it's something to see. So I definitely got to come back. Wow. This is super rad. Now, it's not... I'm not really sure when the camera died. All I know is that I was talking to you guys, and then you guys weren't there anymore. So I'm gonna do like Jed does and just put you all the way way out there. Oh my gosh, guys, hang on out there. So this is where the waterfall would be if the water were falling, but it's just barely trickling. So can you see it? Do you see the bluffs, the cliffs where the waterfall would be? The waterfall would be right behind me. Can you see it? Open your eyes. Huh. I guess I won't know if you guys are seeing it until I edit this footage. Man. This is just... wow. It's incredible. As I was saying before the camera died, I gotta come back in the spring when the water's gushing and be a little bit more prepared as far as camping goes, and have some more time so I can rest and not have to go and wear myself out. Next, I'm headed to the lake trail, the one that walks around the lake, because the fall colors around the lake just look absolutely beautiful from the road. So I'm gonna go see them up close and probably just sit by the lake and do a bunch of relaxing. I'm tired. My feet are tired. I'm not tired like I want to go to bed, but I don't even know. I've had to have hiked like 6 miles today. Gotta make friends everywhere you go in this life. I was down at the waterfall, or lack thereof, sitting on a bench relaxing, and I was pretty worn out. I thought I was gonna have to take a nap on that bench there. My ankles are very sore from doing all the uphill stuff today. Anyway, this older gentleman walks up with his coffee cup and we strike up conversation, and he ended up being one of the nicest older fellas I've ever met. His name was Charles, and we walked all the way back out from the waterfall to the parking lot together, and I learned his entire life story and he learned mine. Some of the best visiting I've ever done with a stranger. This experience is something else. So, next trail on the list is Blackjack Oak Trail. Evidently I am here, and this trail is going to take me south 2 miles to the lake, and it's going to be a slow 2 miles because, like I said, my ankles are getting pretty sore, but It's gonna be awesome coming around the bend at the end and seeing the lake. Then I'm gonna sit by the lake and just take it all in for a very, very long time. Whew. There is no way that the camera does the steepness of that climb justice. Oh my gosh. That was a really steep section of trail. Well, there'd be a good camping spot right there. Oh man, this is a really cool trail. Blackjack Oak Trail. I've seen a couple really big oak trees on this trail, and I wonder if this trail is named after one oak tree or multiple oak trees. See, that path looks like I would have to duck most of the time, and this path looks like I gotta climb most of the time. I'm gonna go with the climbing because walking hunched over for a long period of time is hard on the back. You guys are gonna be dizzy with this off-road filming I got going on here. Huh, that'd be another really nice place to camp. Man, that's wicked cool. I'll have to add that to my maybe list for places to possibly camp next time, or at least somewhere to hang out. Go back in there in the cave, just chill. It's kind of a cave. I'd call it a cave. Yep, definitely a cave. Okay, onward to the lake. I'm so excited. Coming up on a little scenic overlook here. Oh my gosh, this is so rad. You guys are gonna hear me say this is so rad like 1,000 times in this video, but guess what? It's because it's so rad. Huh. That's quite a ways down there. This is so cool. I want to scream, I'm on top of the world! But I mean, that hill right behind me, geographically speaking, means that currently I'm not on top of the world. But the view is still pretty rad. I gotta stop saying rad. I've said it too many times in this video already. Okay, you guys are going up on the stick to see the view. Hold on. What did you see up there? I bet it was beautiful. I'm gonna hang you out over the edge of the cliff. Tell me what's down there. Could you even see the bottom? Because it looks like it's way down there. Okay, I'm gonna sit on this bench here and take a break. I think I might be jumping the gun a little bit here because I think there's going to be another scenic overlook type of thing, but in case there's not, you guys got to see this. It's hard to judge distance on something like this, but I mean, gosh, I don't even know. You got to be able to see for 40, 50 miles in that direction. It's just, you can't capture it. You can't capture it very well on camera from back here in the woods. But I'm hoping that there's another scenic overlook coming up here, because I'm going up and up and up and up and still climbing, getting way up here, and I'm starting to be able to see clear across the state, it feels like, because I don't know, I've been to other areas where it's documented what distance you can see from there, and sometimes you can kind of tell, sometimes you can't. Either way, I can see for many, many miles. This is the best scenic overlook spot I can find, and some fellow trail goers told me that the trail is all downhill from here, so this will be my last chance to get this view, and boy, is it a view. Wow. Right there, you can see what I would believe 50 or more miles away. It's way over there. You couldn't even, maybe 40 miles away. It's crazy. There's some big hills over there. Wow. The camera just cannot do this justice. I'm gonna stick you up in the air again. Let me know if you see something cool up there. I think I would probably advise watching this on a big screen TV, because I bet you could see it all on a big screen, but on this camera, for me to look back at the footage, all I can see is a little, I think the screen on this is literally like 1.5 inches tall, so I can't see much. But I'm seeing it here in person, and I'll tell you, it's incredible. I'm currently being ambushed by ladybugs, which is unsettling. Anyway, here's a pretty view of the lake. Can you see it down there? I don't know if you can see it. There's a lake down there. Whew, gotta conserve camera battery. Okay, bye. And that is the end of the trail. 2 miles. Whew. Oh my gosh, it's gotta be about 1.75 miles uphill, and then the last 1/4 mile is downhill at a rapid pace. Oh my gosh, what an experience. My ankles hurt so bad. Okay, now to enjoy the view of the lake. Ready? Wow, the fall colors are beautiful against the water. Or contrasted by the water, I should say. It's beautiful. Wow. Next time I come, one of the first things I want to do is hike the trail that goes all the way around the lake. But not going to be able to make that on this trip because I'm just running out of steam and I still got a long walk, mixture of uphill and downhill back to where I'm camped at, and then I still gotta pack up camp and hit the road. By the way, I don't know if I've told you guys yet, I am not gonna stay here at the state park tonight because I don't want to spend another $8 to camp somewhere primitively, I should say, with no like pole light or anywhere that I can purchase firewood. And gathering firewood is all fine and dandy, but due to the fact that it's the end of summer or fall, almost winter, there's not much firewood laying around. It's pretty much all been picked over and burnt up by previous campers, which is good. I hope they've enjoyed their fires, but now there's just nothing left for me. And quite frankly, last night sleeping on my layer of leaves was not near enough padding. Kind of hard on the hips. So I'm gonna start the very, very long hike back to where I'm camped. Work on getting my motorcycle packed. And then I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna sit by the lake and relax. Boy, this has been just, oh my gosh, beautiful. So beautiful. Well, it's came full circle. Almost 10 miles. It's got to be just about 10 miles of walking I've done today. Maybe I'll compromise and just call it an even 9 miles I've walked today. Oh my gosh, my ankles hurt so bad. I started right there this morning at 7 or maybe 10 after 7 a.m. Oh my gosh. This here motorcycle is a sight for sore eyes. Oh, okay. I'm going to very slowly pack my motorcycle and then go. I'm gonna ride the motorcycle down to the lake and sit by the lake and relax. After I'm done relaxing, then I'm headed to my sister's about 30 or 40 minutes north of here to hang out with her, spend the night, get some quality visiting done with my sister, and then I'll ride home tomorrow. And got 20% camera battery left, so you guys will see however much of it the camera will let me record, I guess. Well, I'm home. That was one of the coolest experiences I've ever had. And I know now if I'm going to camp off the motorcycle again, I got to get me some kind of pad, maybe some memory foam or something to lay my sleeping bag on. Because laying directly on the ground really hurt my hip bones. But other than that, I was pretty darn comfortable. And someday I will definitely be taking a trip where I camp off the motorcycle again. I don't know how soon that'll be because winter's here, but it'll happen again someday. Oh my goodness. What an awesome adventure. I'm glad to be home. I'm very thankful for safe travels. And I'm thankful for you guys watching. And like I say in a lot of the videos, keep coming back, because as I get better at editing and better at filming and better at planning and acquire better equipment, the quality of the videos just increases more and more as the channel grows. So tell your friends, family, anybody that you know that's interested in cars, trucks, four-wheel drive stuff, hot rods, car shows, road trips, camping, kayaking, motorcycle stuff. There's so much on the channel for everybody to enjoy. So tell your friends and family about it. Subscribe and make sure you come back for each new episode. Thank you for watching. Is there a dog out here? Oh my goodness. Oh gosh, there is a dog out here. Oh geez. Oh my gosh, he's such a dog. What?